Hey YouTube, Showa Era here with a review of the Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger Ranger Key Set SP. This was a 15 key set featuring all of the reds besides this guy here, but we'll get to him later, that haven't been made in any of the previous Ranger Key sets or roleplay weapons or anything of the like. So, this features a lot of guys. So, if you can see all their logos in the background here. Spade Ace right there. Obviously red because these are all Red Rangers, as you can see right there. So this set includes Red Mask, Red Falcon, Red Turbo, 5 Red, Red Hawk, O-Red, Mega Red, Time Red. Then all the way down here, Dyna Red, Goggle Red, Dyna Red, Spade Ace, Red 1, Change Dragon, and Red Flash. So all the rest of the guys, besides Ninja Red, the poor little son of a bitch got stolen in a treasure chest. So we'll move the package. As pretty as it is, we kind of need to have all the space we can. So, I have no idea what order I'm going to go in. I'm just probably going to start here with Red Flash and then work my way across, just because that seems to make the most sense to me. So we'll start with Red Flash from Flashman. I mean, honestly, all I have to go off of really is their little tiny picture on the back of the box. So, obviously the logo could be better up here, but really his suit design is this generic, so it's really his fault. I'm not going to really comment too much about how good I think the suits are, except for the few that I'm really familiar with, like these 3 right here, and that's it. So, bear with me here in terms of that. I'm not really too familiar with these little Showa Era Sentai heroes. So, he's cool, though. I like him. I like all these guys. They're my heroes. So, their logo right here, he's key 50. As always, the text and what it says will be up here in the video because I don't know it off the top of my head. So next up is Change Dragon. He looks really bad, to be honest. His head helmet design is actually pretty cool. It's got the yellow trim on the visor here, and a cool dragon in there, and with some lines. None of that is present here whatsoever. In fact, his little chest emblem's kind of crappy too. So, probably one of the worst keys in the set, but there's 2 of them back there that are really bad too. He's key 45. I'm not going to bother closing it anymore just because that's a waste of time. Next up is Red 1. So he's kind of got this mechanically little bio thingy going on here with circuitry and all of that fun stuff. So he's pretty neato. His head sculpt looks to be fairly accurate, and I think they did a pretty good job on this one, all things considered. He is key 40. Their logo right here. And here we go. Cool little roll call. I approve of the biomens. Apparently Saban does too. Next up is Spade Ace. He's technically the first one in the roll call, but he wanted to be in the middle of the box, so he's right here. So Spade Ace from good old Jacka. He's interesting to say the least. I think they did a pretty good job with the chest design for what they had to work with. The A on his helmet looks really, really bad. But Outside of that, I think he does look pretty good. I think the helmet just looks a little bit squished because they use a generic little size for the helmet sculpts for these things. Logo right there. So it says her full name, Jaka Daigenkatai, or whatever it is. I said I wasn't pulling it up, and I did. Oh well. So next up is Red, or Dyna Red, rather. Good old baseball themed suits, even though they didn't go that route with the show from what I recall. What can you do? I like the suits design though because I am a baseball fan. R35 is this guy. He should be in the teens. 20s maybe? 12. I was right. He's almost a teen. He's a preteen. Spade Ace is getting there. So there's their logo right there. Good old Dynaman. Next up is Goggle V with Goggle Red. Interesting little helmet design going on here. It's not as cool as the actual helmet because the helmet has like a jewel in it and stuff. But they did a fairly decent job in the sculpt, just not really in the execution of it all. But the chest design looks pretty accurate to me. He is key 30. And there is their logo right there. And just for the record, none of these have a secondary sound to them. If the Go Rangers couldn't get a secondary sound, none of these are getting secondary sounds. So, last in this little tier is Dyna Red. So he's all Denjiman and stuff. Again, really crappy helmet sculpt compared to the actual helmet. The thing about the Showa Era guys is that they had a really flashy helmets in terms of like emblems and designs and stuff. Well, some of them did actually. So none of them transfer well to the actual Ranger keys. It's kind of like how a lot of the newer style Sentais have very vibrant designs on their chests that don't translate well to the Ranger keys, like Gosei Knight and King Ranger and Kiba Ranger and Dragon Ranger and stuff. But these guys have elaborate helmets that don't translate well into Ranger keys. So you can't really ever get a perfect one. So he's key 22. Yay, Denjiman. Next up is Red Mask from Maskman. I like Maskman's design overall. I think they're very retro while still being slightly new age in terms of sleekness. So I'll give him that. Key 55. There's his logo right there. Whoop. Next up is Red Falcon. A personal favorite in terms of design. No, don't fall over, Red Turbo. Come back. Thank you. Pretty cool. Simple, and it's one of the more elaborate helmets that actually translated really well into a Ranger key. I'm surprised they kicked it up a notch here. So, pretty nice overall. There's is their logo right there, and he is key 60. Next up is Turbo Ranger, not to be confused with Power Rangers Turbo's Turbo Rangers. Completely different. He is right here, looking kind of Cyclops-ish in terms of his little helmet get up over here. Chest tempograph is done really well, though. I'll give him that. Fold up the arms. Key 6 to 5, and there is their logo. Woo! Good old Turbo Ranger. Next up is the 5-man with Fibu Reddo. He's pretty neato. It's like, yay! But the V and the V and the V and the 5 and the 5 and the 5 and these 5s and these like connectioning and error and stuff. But anyway, looks pretty nice overall. There is their 555555555 logo. And key number 70. And screw it. There is Jetman. They're trendy. Jetman wa trendy. I don't know the rest of the song, so tough crap. There you go. So here is Red Hawk from Jetman. I really like Jetman's designs. I think they did a really good job with these. The helmet isn't as perfect as, say, Red Falcon's is, but they still did a really good job on this. The chest is terrible. In fact, it's really terrible. There's a really nice hawk outline made out of this mess right here, and without that outline, it just kind of looks like a big bubbly mess. So I don't really like his key all that much, which is a shame. But there is their Jetman logo. And key 75. Next up, entering into the realm of things that actually became Power Rangers, is O-Red. American fans would recognize him as the Red Zeo Ranger. Problems with this guy is the outline of the helmet not being there and the little cyber glyph kind of things in the chest not being there. I can understand those a little bit, so it's not really that big of a deal, but he does come off looking incredibly plain. He is key 97. And he got the tramp stamp, sadly. So there's their logo right there with his tramp stamp info. And next up is a really bad key. If I had reviewed the Capsule Key Set 4, which I probably won't at this point, Mega Silver had the same problem. No colors here on the chest. He is very bland. His face is really elongated. The visor's incredibly elongated. Lots of white where there doesn't need to be that much white. The color in the white stripe here isn't here. It just looks really stupid. Really stupid. So, anywho, he's key 108, and he's stupid. As much as I love Power Rangers in space, I just can't really dig this key. And then last, but certainly not least, because his key is pretty cool, is Time Red from Time Ranger. Nice little silver gauntlets. They did a pretty good job at those. His helmet isn't too bad, though the red looks a little bit off-centered on my key anyway. It might be a Shuki only problem. But a pretty good job on his chest too, and overall I really like the way that this guy turned out. He's key 125. Mega Reds is 108. I don't know if I said that or not. I apologize if I didn't. So key 125, there's their logo right there. A logo that a lot of people aren't really too familiar with, but it looks really nice. I like their logo. So they actually get a phrase, which is pretty cool. And that wraps up this key set. So, yeah, lots of keys in this set, so hence the length of this video. Honestly, this is a must-have. If you want one of every Sentai group, obviously it's easiest to collect the reds because those were what the DX keys were made mostly of, is some popular teams and reds. So, obviously, this set is a certainly must-have set. It has 15 red keys, meaning if you've been collecting them efficiently up to this point, you'd only be missing this guy, which comes in the treasure chest, which will be the next Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger review I do. So he's coming up soon, and then we'll get a cool picture of all of the reds together because that's how I roll. So, really excellent set. A lot of the keys I have design flaws with them, but in the scale of these Ranger keys, nothing's perfect. Overall, I do think this is a great set, a must-have for Ranger key collectors. It's really nice to have all of the reds, almost all of the reds, at this point, and it's fantastic. If you can find one, definitely pick it up. They're a little bit rare at this point because of the fact that they complete the red set pretty much. It is a very wanted set. Unlike key set DX and then 6, 7, and 8 were fairly easy to come by, this set certainly isn't. So good luck to those that need it, and good luck again. I ran out of things to say. So you can check out ShokunShobi.com for all the latest news on my reviews. And, of course, you can check out RidersRangersandRumbles.com for all the latest token news in the craziest way possible. So, take care and have a great one. Bye.